Hi, my name is Melanie Gar. I'm a senior at SUNY Oneonta, and I really want to be an animator. I will also be entering the art field in the middle of a pandemic. Today, I have with me 4 other creatives who have either already graduated or will graduate during this pandemic.
Hi, my name's Jessica Colonna. I graduated in May 2020 from Adelphi University in New York, and I majored in graphic design.
My name is Stephanie Angus. I graduated in May of 2020 from Macaulay at Baruch College, and my major was cognitive neuroscience.
My name is Olivia. I graduated in 2020 from School of Visual Arts as an illustration major.
Let's get started. What was life like for you pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID was a very busy time for me. It was my first semester of my senior year, and I was juggling with studying as a full-time student, working part-time, applying for internships, and developing my thesis capstone project. Every day of my week was pretty much packed from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I didn't have a lot of time for anything that wasn't related to school or work, and if I did have some free time, it was usually spent preparing for whatever deadline was coming next.
So I was taking the last few classes that I had on in-depth neuroscience, including studying the way that drugs interact with the brain, endocrinology, and genetics. So I was taking a few natural science classes. I was also preparing for Arts Night, which is an all-arts annual event that occurred at Macaulay Honors College. It's actually open to the public. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with it this year, but my friend and I were co-presidents for that club, so we were setting up the different exhibits and really trying to get a sense of what we'd have going on this, technically last year. And unfortunately, before we could really start diving into that, everything got shut down. So life was busy, and there was a lot that was supposed to be going on that didn't get to occur, unfortunately.
Pre-COVID, I felt hopeful about getting a job after graduation. I didn't really think I would have a hard time. I had a good feeling about it.
How did the 2020 COVID outbreak affect your final semester?
The COVID pandemic, definitely had a significant impact on my final semester. My classes and my internship at the time transitioned to remote working and learning. The transition was easier in some areas more than others. Some of my classes transitioned smoothly, where lectures and discussions felt pretty normal, while other classes struggled to keep me feeling connected and engaged. As for my internship, productivity remained pretty consistent even when I was working from home, but any social aspect the job offered was lost. Same thing with any opportunities to just make personal job connections. As for university, the biggest losses for my final semester would have to be our senior thesis exhibition, which would have been an opportunity to display and present our thesis work that we've been doing for the past year.
Are you currently employed? And if so, how hard was it to find a job?
I feel extremely fortunate to say that I am currently employed. I'm working at a financial firm in Manhattan as a graphic designer, but it was definitely a struggle to find a job after graduating. Over the summer, I held a temporary freelance position for about 3 months, and then after the position ended, I put all my efforts into searching for a job. So from September to December, I sent out close to 200 applications to graphic design jobs in the New York City and Long Island areas. I'd say 90% of those applications received no response, and the rest received rejection emails. Over all my time applying, I received 1 interview, And this was the position I was eventually offered and ended up accepting. So the process was very discouraging, to be honest. After graduating, I had felt fairly secure in my portfolio and my resume, so to hear rejection after rejection or just no response at all made me feel like something was wrong with me or my work. And I know this is not necessarily true, and there are probably hundreds of other applicants who are feeling the same way as me, but it still really hurt.
Looking for work right now is really hard. I look for jobs online every day, and there really aren't many being posted. And I feel like art jobs are like especially extra competitive. So it's been really difficult.
Have you heard any updates from fellow classmates in your program?
I've heard some updates from classmates in my program after graduating. Another side effect of COVID on our final semester was kind of like a premature goodbye to many classmates. As for the ones I'm still in contact with, I'd say they're about 50-50 employed and unemployed. Many of them struggled like I did with finding graphic design jobs. Some who were not able to find full-time work focused on like temporary freelance work, or some opened online stores to sell original designs and prints as a way to make money and follow their career path.
What were some plans you had made for the future that either were postponed or completely canceled?
Arts night, number one. I look forward to that one every year, so that kind of sucks. And of course I'm graduated now, so I don't get to be involved in that as much unless I wanted to do something on maybe a graduate level. The next thing, my graduation from undergrad. Personally, I can't say that I cared that much about the ceremony, so that getting canceled didn't bother me. I did end up getting my diploma in the mail, and I think it would have been nice to be able to go and pick it up, but, you know, regardless, I have it, so whatever. Nothing else really got canceled. I work in a lab, and I wasn't sure at first what I wanted to do immediately after school, but I had applied to work in the lab that I work in now, and if I didn't get into this lab, I was going to just prepare for grad school. So I'm happy that I got in, but I didn't have any special career plans outside of this setup. I was supposed to go to Japan with my brother, and we were gonna find a way to set up that trip and take some time to just go on a sibling trip together, but it's funny because he actually came over the other day and was salty about it, but you know, it's something that can wait, and I'm not too beat up about it because there's always just going in the future, and it gives me more time to save and plan. So it sucks that that got postponed. It's definitely not canceled, but I guess the benefit is that now I can take a little bit more time to plan it.
Do you think things will pick up, like at all, in the creative field?
I do think things will pick up, but I think it will take some time. I think maybe once people start moving back to the city, there will be more jobs available. I'm really hoping it picks up soon.
This is a hard question. I'm really not sure. It's hard to imagine things picking up in the art scene and the job world until a majority of people have been vaccinated. There's so many people out of work and looking for work. Makes competition way higher than usual. COVID just created a lot of uncertainty for employers. Offices at limited capacity, people working remotely, a lot of decreased productivity. The last year has been so unpredictable. It's hard for employers to take the risk of hiring new people when so much is uncertain. So, do I think the market will pick up soon? To me, I doubt it. If I want to be hopeful, maybe I'd guess in 6 months from now things might pick up a little, and maybe in a year things might look a little closer to normal.
So, what do we take away from all of this? To be honest, I'm not really sure. The art field has always been a grind. It's a hard field to stay in and requires a lot of hard work and dedication. But now, things are so much more uncertain. Not even our professors can really guide us through this. Like, no one's really been through something like this. Not in our lifetime, at least.